And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cox versus Davis. Step forward, please.
21-year-old software tester Cameron Cox is suing her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old bartender Jeremy Davis, for the balance on a car. Jeremy is countersuing, accusing Cameron of cashing 2 of his paychecks.
Miss Cox, how long did you date Mr. Davis?
We met in November, we started dating in December, and we broke up in May.
And when did you decide to put a car that he wanted in your name and put down the deposit?
In February.
So you knew him less than 2 months?
While we had been friends since November.
You dated him for less than 2 months. You had a relationship with him for less than 2 months when you decided to do that. What do you do for a living?
I'm a software tester.
So you're an intelligent gal. You have
Yes.
skills and all that stuff. Ever watch this court before on television? Are you paying attention when you watch? Huh?
Yes.
Well, I'm paying good attention. Because according to what I read here, what you did was, he wanted to buy a car, he had lousy credit. You said, okay, put the car in my name, which means the loan will be in your name. I'll put down half the down payment, $3,000. You pay for the car, you pay for the insurance. And that was the deal that you say you had with him, right?
Yes.
And then a few months later, the romance is over. He takes off, leaving you with the car, which was repossessed. You say it's not your car. You had nothing to do with it. The car was repossessed. It's her problem because the car wasn't in your name, the loan isn't in your name. You don't know why you're here. Is that right?
Right.
See what I mean? And you say, Mr. Davis, not only that, but she took 2 of your commission checks.
Correct.
And forged your name to 2 commission checks and cashed them, and you are counterclaiming. How much were the commission checks?
It was $580.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah.
Did you forge his name to these checks and cash them?
Only one of them, with his permission.
Okay, which one?
I don't know.
One is dated 4/11, one is dated 4/18.
It was the last one.
Okay, and what did you use the money for?
For what he owes me.
You mean on the cars?
No, to go for what he owes me when we broke up. I made a contract.
Can I see it? Did you sign a note that you promised to pay her all this money?
I remember signing to him.
Well, show it to him. See? There you go. Now, did you sign that?
And Ron was a witness to it.
Oh, that's not my signature, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. It's not his signature. So let's go further, Ms. Cox. This says that he owes you half the down payment for the Explorer, which is $1,500.
Correct.
Okay? I'm not even playing around with the rent or half the bills or anything else. Sticking to the car.
Could I say something, Your Honor?
Now, I'll get you in a second. The time in February when you got this Explorer for him, did you have a car?
Yes, I have a car fully paid for.
What kind of car do you have?
I have a Toyota Celica.
Is that what you have now?
Yes.
What year car is that?
2000.
Is it correct, Mr. Davis, that at the time that you and Miss Cox were dating, she had a Toyota Celica 2000? What word didn't you understand, sir? At the time you were dating, did she have a 2000 Toyota Celica?
Yeah, she did.
And in January of 2002, what kind of car did you have?
I have no car.
Ah, perfect. Now, so you had no car in January. Now, I want you to think very carefully, Mr. Davis. Shh. In March, on March 7th, 2002, at 6 o'clock in the evening, think about what I'm saying to you. What kind of car were you driving?
2001 Ford Explorer Sport.
Yes, sir.
But
And what kind of car was she driving?
She was driving a Toyota.
Now, in June of 2002, you were no longer together with the plaintiff, is that right?
Correct.
What kind of car were you driving?
I was driving no car.
Right! What did you do with the Explorer?
I didn't do anything with the Explorer.
You just left it there?
Yeah, because it was in her name. She purchased, she financed it. Nothing on contract at the dealership was my name on it.
So, now, Bert, First, I want to deal, Mr. Davis, with your counterclaim, okay?
Correct.
You claim that the plaintiff forged your name to 2 commission checks totaling almost $600.
Correct.
And she kept that money. Is that right?
Correct.
She kept that money?
She kept that money.
Right. Return this to him. I can't tell whether she forged your name. So your counterclaim's dismissed. You got that so far? Tell me about this car being repossessed. When was it repossessed?
I did a voluntary repo in the middle of June. Once we broke up, he was supposed to go get anger management classes because he was abusive during the relationship.
Oh, so in the short time you were together, he was also abusive?
The last month, he became abusive.
Ms. Cox, so listen to me. In the few short months you were together, he was also abusive.
Only in May. He became abusive towards the end of the relationship.
Relationship wasn't that long. Now, keep your money in your bank. Your head on your shoulders and your money in the bank. 2 good things. If you think of nothing else when you leave here today, keep your head on your shoulders and your money in the bank. So you did a voluntary repo of the car and you sent it back to the credit company, and how much did they sell it for?
They sold it for $11,000, and this is the remaining of what I owe.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Davis?
Bartender.
How long have you been a bartender, sir?
For about a month. Before I was doing that, I was a fork truck driver.
A what?
Fork truck driver.
Well, what happened to that job?
Well, but I just wanted bartend.
Don't you make more money driving those heavy machines?
Yeah, you do. But I like the bartending scene, so chose that.
You like the bartending scene?
Yeah, meeting new people.
You still owe $8,000 on this car, $8,800 on this car?
Could I say something, Your Honor?
What?
I had received a call from Cameron that she had called me and said I messed up, and I was, well, what are you talking about? She had spent a lot of money on 8 ball of coke, used it all. She called me crying on the phone.
God.
What does that have to do with the Explorer? What does that have to do with your Explorer? Would you answer my question?
Do what now?
Mr. Davis, I'll have a vodka martini straight up. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? What does one thing have to do with another? Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong, you know. Perhaps mocking Mr. Davis because he suffered from a hearing impediment. He doesn't suffer from a hearing impediment. He suffers from selective hearing, which is very much in tune with his gender. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of her request, $3,000. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Goodbye, Mr. Davis.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I mean, he knows he owes me the money.
I feel I don't owe her money because my name wasn't on the contract.
I don't understand why he even bothered coming, you know. He might as well have just given me the case. I have the contract.
My name's not on the lease, so why should I pay the vehicle?
All he has to do is compare the signatures. They would have been the exact same from the contract and the check.
Why should I give her money for a vehicle that's not in my name?
I had a full-time job. I wanted him to be able to access a job so that he could pay me back the money for rent and everything, so that's why I did it.
She signed my payroll check.
Nothing was forged, and he did sign that contract.
And she forged it in cash.
There was really no need to even come into court. I mean, he could have just started sending me the money like he had promised.
Like I said, I guess don't date a younger girl.
I have absolutely the worst credit, and I am, like, in a lot of debt.
Not to meet people like her.
I saw him as a friend. It wasn't just because that we were dating. I mean, I would have done it for any of my friends.
Student Michelle Thompson is suing her former boss, animal shelter manager Tawny Pence, for defamation of character. Michelle says Tawny's accusations caused her to be fired.
Come to order. Order in the courtroom. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 207 on the calendar in the matter of Thompson versus Pence.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Ms. Thompson, according to your complaint, the defendant was your supervisor at a work-study job that you had secured. And you say that she maliciously defamed you, causing you to be fired from that program, causing you all kinds of problems, losing your work-study grant, losing tuition, losing money, and you want her to pay you $3,000 in damages.
Correct.
Ms. Pence says she was, in fact, your supervisor. You were, in fact, on probation for the first 60 days of your employment there. She found your work unsatisfactory. She reported it, and you were dismissed. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. What kind of place is this where you were working?
Animal shelter?
You have a particular interest in that?
Yeah, well, I started, yes. I like animals. I liked working there. I started back in May before I was even put on the work-study program.
What do you mean you started? As a volunteer?
No, I was actual employee first back in May before the shelter was put on the work-study program through the college that I'm at.
So you worked there in the month of May?
Mm-hmm.
You worked there in the month of June?
Yes.
And then decided to use it as a work-study starting
Correct.
in July?
Correct.
Did you have to get approval from anyone at the shelter before you did that?
Yes, I did.
Who was that?
Tawny?
The defendant?
Yes.
Now, when did you start having trouble with her, Miss Pence?
I had started out with some troubles with her on the phone, giving advice. I had verbally reprimanded her for that. Then,
Like what?
she had told somebody on the phone who had called in and lost their cat that maybe somebody had picked it up and used it for target practice because it was a Maine Coon cat and they looked something like raccoons.
Did you hear her say that?
The lady called me and complained to me herself.
Did you speak to the plaintiff about it?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say?
She said that she wasn't a grief counselor.
Is that what you said to her?
No, Your Honor.
What did you say to her?
I said that when the woman called in, she was very upset. She had lost her cat. I had no idea what a Maine Coon cat was. She explained to me what it was, that it looked like a raccoon, and she was telling me that maybe that she was afraid that somebody might have shot her cat because this is not only the first one that she has lost.
So what did you say?
I told her, I said, well, that could possibly well be that somebody might have shot it. I said, I really don't know. I don't know what to say to you.
Okay, fine. Anything else?
She was rude to customers.
How and when?
A lot of stuff happened when I wasn't there. I'm the supervisor, and of course I have to do something about it.
Is there anybody here who heard her?
There's several times when she had said things that Miss Carter had heard.
Miss Carter is an employee?
Yes.
All right, I'd like to hear from her. If you
Okay.
can. Ms. Carter, how long have you been working at the shelter?
10 years.
Can you give me some sort of an idea of what you heard and reported to Ms. Pence?
Well, there was one incident concerning a cat. Mrs. Thompson had put a couple of customers off saying, well, that's my cat, you can't have that cat, look at the other cats in here. And then one lady did come in and Mrs. Thompson stated to this person, you can only have the cat if you give me your address and phone number so I can come up and check on the cat periodically. The next day she came in and I was there and she said, you know, I didn't want to adopt the cat in front of her because I was afraid, you know, she would keep coming and bugging me. So,
why didn't she adopt the cat?
I had no idea.
Why didn't you adopt the cat?
I didn't want to adopt the cat. The cat had been there for a very long time, and I simply went to the manager at one point in time and said that if nobody adopts this cat, would you mind if I take her home?
You mean take her
That's
home
what
and
I said.
adopt her?
Yes.
That
yes.
is a lie.
I did ask her that, and that was before she went on vacation. When she left to go on vacation,
So
there
why
was...
didn't you just take her if she'd been there for a long time?
Because she never told me if I could have her or not. And the witness over there can say, because she was there when the woman said, well, I'll be glad, you know, let me take your phone number and I'll call you, you know, maybe you can come over and we'll get together, you know, after the fact that she had already adopted
Is that the
cat.
only thing that you remember?
No, there was another incident that was pretty, I thought was pretty bad. Mrs. Pence here was on vacation and I believe I went out on a run and to pick up some supplies at Walmart, and I ran into two co-workers that had worked with Mrs. Thompson the day before, and they had both complained that she had been cruel to the animals.
That she had been what?
Cruel to an animal in particular, one particular dog. So when I got back from my run, I just said, you know, I'm going to call a meeting and I want everybody in the office and I'm going to get down, you know, find out what the truth of the matter is. And I just brought the subject up. I said there was a dog that was hosed down yesterday with scalding hot water. I wasn't there. I want to know if this is true. Mrs. Thompson denied it, and she said, well, the dog does love to play in water, and he did. But this particular hose was only attached to a hot water spigot. Mrs. Thompson said, yeah, I did do it, she said. But the water was not hot. And another person that was another staff member said she had seen steam coming off the dog.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She told me, she said that he's good looking, and I told him that I would take him and tie him to a chair and do something.
I was joking around with him. And
bad, Miss Thompson.
And later today,
she started throwing our stuff out of the house.
Why do you think she would do that?
I feel that she was just jealous of everything that we had.
You're living with her because you have no place else to live, and she's jealous of you? I don't understand that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Thompson says former boss, animal shelter manager Tawny Pence, defamed her character and caused her to be fired. Tawny says Michelle was rude to customers and cruel to the animals.
When did you report that you wanted her dismissed?
After she had made lewd sexual comments to our assistant dog warden, and she told me herself that he's good looking, and I told him that I would take him and tie him to a chair and do something, or take him time to a chair and take his clothes off and do something to him, and I said, you did not say that. She said, yes, I did. I said, that is sexual harassment, and I will not put up with it.
Did she have that discussion with you?
she did say something to me about that, but I never said anything about taking his clothes off.
Shh. Did you have any discussion with him at all? Because that's easy. I can call up and find out.
Yes,
you did.
I did.
That might have been inappropriate.
I didn't think it was. I was joking around with him. And
bad, Miss Thompson. Women can sexually harass men just as men can sexually harass women. And companies are responsible for that if they know about it and if they fail to take action about it. Do you understand?
I can understand that.
Okay. So you might not have said take your clothes off, but if you indicated to him that you thought he, was a cute-looking guy.
To be very honest with you, I do not know what I said to him. I cannot remember.
But it was something that you didn't view as sexual harassment, but it was something social. Let us say social.
Then she had written to one of my rescue groups. The rescue group has come in and they rescue the animals and they get them altered and get them up to health. And she had sent them an email. She was bound and determined to let these people know we were not a kill shelter, and yes, indeed, we are.
Do you have a copy of the email? Can I see it?
Your Honor, when I wrote that, I was at home and I went on the website. It's like Pet Finders to see what animals are up for adoption. And it had on there that he was going to be killed and if he wasn't adopted. And I didn't know that that's what was going to happen to him. My understanding was that they were going to give him the heart treatment that he needed and that he was going to be adopted out. I mean, I didn't feel that I said anything bad to her.
She knew that we were a kill shelter and we had, to put dogs down at times.
In any event, there was some issues between the two of you. Is that right?
Yes.
And as a result of those issues, you picked up a telephone and made a call, or you filled out a negative report?
I just dismissed her. I talked to my boss, and I said, this is getting to be more of a problem than it's worth. I've tried. I've given her every leeway. I have to,
Whatever, you're entitled to fire her. Having a job, unless you have a contract, is just that. You serve at the pleasure of your supervisor. And not every firing is a lawsuit. Certainly, you acknowledge that you made inappropriate comments to another worker there. You said, I don't think that was really sexual harassment. But she said, I've had enough. She's allowed to fire you. I don't know when it came in this country for every employee to feel as if they have a God-given right to their job.
But I honestly believe that she's doing this because of other things. She wants another position.
There was nothing. There's no position higher than mine.
That's all speculation.
I can't get any other position.
I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
That's all speculation, Miss Thompson. Sometimes there is a clash of personality. Let us say that this was nothing more than a clash of personalities between you and your supervisor.
Then why wouldn't she give me those reasons on firing me? Instead,
let's say that that's all it was, a clash of personalities, and she doesn't want you working anymore. She's entitled to fire you.
Why lie about it? Why not tell me that this is why?
No, I didn't say it was a clash of personalities. I said to you, you are not entitled to this job. She is getting information that other people are reporting to her, like this lady.
But if that was true, then why would I try to make all kinds of attempts to have these animals adopted out? When she was on vacation, I adopted out 14 in 2 days.
No,
if I was that mean and nasty to people, then why would they continue to come in there?
Listen to me, Miss Thompson. You're not following me. What I'm saying to you is there were certain parts of your job related responsibilities that either she or other staff members had problems with sufficient to cause her to say to the school, I don't want her working here anymore. These are the reasons that I have to give you that have been reported to me.
And she blatantly lied. Within my position
that may
at
be.
My school,
you have no God-given right to a job.
That's fine. This isn't about the job. This is about my work-study program that I got taken away from me, and with the study that I'm in can really damage my future career. I mean, I never didn't do anything to them. You know,
it's possible.
Okay, I didn't want a friendly relationship with her because she was my boss. You know,
that's
and
why
I honestly believe that this is why this whole thing started. You know, her daughter was friends with my daughter. I didn't like the way that her daughter was approaching my 12-year-old. That's when this all started. And this all happened in June, the whole month of June.
Ms. Thompson, what you just said to me belies your position. Because what you said to me is that this problem started in June, and the whole reason that she terminated you is because of an incident involving your daughters. But you said this all happened in June. And if that was true, that she didn't want you around because of problems with your daughters, then she never would have signed the papers July 2nd, unless what you are accusing her of is being that maniacal and saying, I'm going to sign these papers and then I'm really going to screw her up by having her fired.
And
I don't think that that's true. So your case is dismissed. That's all.
Thank you,
Parties
Your
are
Honor.
excused. You may step out.
You know, it's just all bull. It's just all bull. You know, and Teresa knows it. Teresa just kissing her rear end because I don't know why.
If she wants to lie because she screwed herself up, then that's her problem. That's on her.
She stole money. She claims that there was no money donated in May or June.
She's a liar. I got receipts and documentation to back it up.
Social worker Amanda Nabel is suing her former live-in boyfriend, 26-year-old welder Jared Sullivan, for unpaid rent, money stolen from her account, and the cost of a plane ticket.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 384 on the calendar in the matter of Nabel versus Sullivan.
Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Nabel, is that how you pronounce your name?
Nabel.
Ms. Nabel, according to what I've read in your complaint, you and the defendant, according to you, lived together for about 3 months.
Yes.
It is your claim that he owes you for rent, that he owes you for a plane ticket that you loaned him the money for, and that he stole some money out of your ATM.
Correct.
Mr. Sullivan says he doesn't owe you any rent because he never really lived with you, and plane ticket was a gift, and he doesn't know anything about money stolen from your ATM.
Yep.
When do you claim he moved in with you?
Your Honor, I met the defendant on February 16th of 2002. He moved in with me approximately 2 weeks later.
Why?
At the time, he was living in a town about 45 minutes from where I lived, and he was living in a house with 5 other guys.
So, you know him 2 weeks. How old are you?
29.
So you're an intelligent woman, you're not a baby. You let somebody move in with you after knowing him for 2 weeks.
Because I just wanted to see him more, and that was the only way we could see each other.
He lived 45 minutes away?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's not such a long distance. Okay, so we moved in sometime in March?
Yes.
And?
And at the time, everything was going well. Actually, about 3 weeks after we met, he told me that he loved me, and I pretty much fell for him, head over heels, in love with this guy. He had been married, divorced, has 2 children. I have a child myself, so I have a big heart for someone with kids. He seemed to really love his kids, be genuine.
How many times did you see him with his children in that 3-week period?
Never, Your Honor. They live in Idaho.
Right. Very easy to be loving long distance. You mean he talked about them lovingly?
Yes. Yes, he did.
All right. What was the rent arrangement according to you?
It was $500 a month that we had agreed on, a flat rate.
How much was your rent?
Everything. I own a home. My mortgage is $694.
Your mortgage is $694. You were going to charge this guy that you were head over heels in love with $500?
Well, I am still a single mother trying to make it on my
there was
paycheck.
Never
Shh, just a second. Does it sound like I said something that was adverse to your position?
No, ma'am.
Had anyone lived with you before?
No.
Okay. Go ahead. What else?
On March 16th, which was the defendant's birthday, he was fired from his job for getting in a fight with his boss.
So?
From then on, Mr. Sullivan never got another stable employment. He got fired from a concrete job after a week for getting in a fight.
So?
And then he said that he had a job working the second shift, which he never had.
So?
He took my car and went to work every night, and he never had that job.
So?
So I never saw any of the money that I was supposed to get for my rent. Because I thought that he had a lot of strengths. I thought he would get his act together and get a job.
Fine. Then you said live here and you don't have a job, so you can't pay rent. Come on. Let's move on to the more important parts of your claim.
At the time that he was living with me, he wanted to go see his daughter for her birthday in Idaho.
All right. Now, is this before or after he lost his job?
This is before I bought the ticket before.
What was the date you charged it on your credit card?
I don't know when I bought the ticket. I don't have the stub.
You charged this on what?
On my Visa.
Then you get a bill from Visa every month.
Right. When I looked through all my bills, they weren't there. But what had happened while Mr. Sullivan was living with me is that when he overdrafted my ATM account and he was not employed, he was at my home when the mail would come conveniently, and he disposed of everything that he thought would incriminate him as far as to the fact that he was stealing money from my account. So I never knew that he was stealing the money because I didn't get any of the overdraft statements, and my balance in my statement book said I had money.
I'm talking about your Visa bill, madam.
I know. I don't know.
That's different.
Maybe
so,
he
you know,
took it.
you're doing a lot of chatter.
Maybe he took
You're
it.
doing a lot of chatter. Your overdraft statement from your bank is different from your Visa bill.
Well, maybe he took my Visa bill.
Maybe
I
he
don't know.
did. Maybe he did. And maybe he didn't. But don't try to double talk me. You know, I may have a little sore throat today, but I'm not stupid. It hasn't affected my brain. I asked you what happened to your Visa bill, and you tell me about stealing your overdraft statements. All right, now get to the last part of your claim.
The last part of my claim is my ATM card. When the defendant was living with me, when I would come home from work, he would say, I gotta go get milk. Can I borrow your car? I'd say, sure. And he would take my car, which he knew had my purse in there. I didn't bring my purse, and I had a locked garage. I'd just leave my purse in the car. And he would use my card every time that he was going to the store, supposedly to get milk or chew or alcohol, I don't know. But he would ask to use my car, and I didn't think there was any harm in that. I let him use my car.
Did you use her card?
Only when she was with me. That's how, I mean, I had her PIN number because she gave it to me. I didn't just
That's a lie, Your
get
Honor.
it out of anywhere.
Well, just a second. So it's a lie that he has your PIN number?
Well, he...
No. Just answer my question. It's a lie that he has your PIN number?
Yes, by fault.
By fault? What does that mean by fault?
That means that we went to withdraw money one night, and he was driving the car, so he was on the side of the ATM machine. I gave him my card. I did tell him my number.
So then you told him your number?
Right, by fault. I never intended for him to use it at any other time.
What proof do you have that he used your ATM card?
I have my statements from the bank, and all I know is that I was not the one who drew that money. And it was all within a period that he was living with me, and I have my bank statements here if you'd
I don't
like
have
to
to
see
look
them.
at them unless they have his picture on it taking out money. Do they?
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now tell me about this plane ticket for your daughter.
She knew that I didn't have the money to go see my daughter for...
How did she know that? Did she use a Ouija board or a crystal ball?
And later today...
On his property was a free-for-all, underage drinking party for about 300 people.
Yes, sir.
So the idea of this whole party was everyone should get trashed.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Nabel says, 2 weeks after meeting Jared Sullivan, she moved him into her home. Amanda claims Jared hardly paid rent and stole money from her bank account.
Neville, I've listened to your tale of woe, and your tale of woe speaks volumes of irresponsibility. You meet a guy who's divorced, has 2 kids, doesn't live with them, doesn't see them regularly. After 2 weeks, you invite him to live with you. Within weeks, he has a fight and loses his job. You continue to support him. According to you, he's got a whole different story.
Well, he says he didn't live with me, but... Okay, I have proof that mail came to my house for him.
I'm talking. You're not listening. So it means if you're not listening, you're going to make this mistake over and over and over again if you haven't made it before. So after 2 weeks, you invite this love of your life, who could be an axe murderer for all you know, into your home where you have a young child. Then you start supporting him. Then after he loses his job and he hasn't paid you any money yet, he wants to visit. And one of his children doesn't have any money to do it. According to you, you pay for it. Then you're the only person that I know keeps a pocketbook in a car. I have a garage. Birds, your wife have a garage?
We have a garage.
Well, but you don't carry a purse, do you?
No.
So when your wife gets out of her car in the garage, she takes her purse in the house with her?
Generally speaking, yes, Judge.
Unless she forgets it.
If she forgets it, she runs out there and gets it.
Right.
Believe me.
Most normal people don't leave their pocketbook with their credit card or anything else in a garage. They bring it inside so that they know where it is. So I'm not even sure if I believe you, because women usually have a lot of things in their pocketbook, including their lipstick. So you may not need your wallet all the time, but you need your lipstick all the time. So you bring your pocketbook inside so you have all your things around you. According to you, that's how he got hold of your ATM card. And then he stole your mail with this intricate plan so you wouldn't see the overdraft. All of that may be true, but you can't prove it. So if he's a scoundrel, he gets away with it. Are you a scoundrel, Mr. Sullivan?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
So let's turn to you. You say you weren't living with her. You say you were living someplace else. Where were you living?
I was living right outside of Colorado Springs.
Were you paying rent there?
No, I was not. My boss...
Just a minute. You weren't paying rent?
No.
Your Honor, I have mail that came to my house for him.
I didn't ask you to interrupt.
Sorry.
So you are one of the few people in this country who manages to live rent-free. Is that what you're telling me, Mr. Sullivan?
I pay rent now, where I live now.
I'm not talking about now.
In Colorado, I worked for a company, and our employers paid for our rent while we lived and worked there.
Were you a farm worker?
No, I was a construction worker.
During what period of time did you work for them?
December of 2001 to right at the end of March.
Then you lost your job.
Yeah.
Fine. After that, sir, where did you live?
I had a friend, John, that I stayed with, and I'd stay with her.
Mr. Sullivan, I don't look stupid to you, do I?
No, you don't. I would stay with Miss Nabel or...
That's right. That's right.
Your Honor,
put your hand down.
Sorry.
And when you stayed with her since you lost your job, you weren't paying any rent, is that right?
No, I wasn't.
Now tell me about this plane ticket for your daughter.
She knew that I didn't have the money to go see my daughter for...
How did she know that? Does she use a Ouija board or a crystal ball?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
She knew it because I didn't work.
Well, she must have known that that's what you wanted to do, is that right?
Yeah.
Who told her that? That's what I'm asking, sir. The Ouija board or the crystal ball? Look at me, Sullivan.
I didn't... Yeah.
Who told her that you wanted to go and visit your daughter?
I told her that.
Judge, I told her that I wanted to go and visit my daughter for her birthday and I didn't have any money. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, that sounds...
All right.
So...
No, I want to hear you say it. Now I've given you a hint.
I had told her that I had no money and I'd like to go see my daughter for her birthday.
That sounds right. And?
She had gotten on the internet at her parents' house and put a bid on a plane ticket and put it on her credit card.
And what did you say to her?
Thank you.
And you went to see your daughter?
Yes, I did.
What did you bring her for her birthday? Is not an answer.
Some toys and a birthday card.
How'd you pay for them? Is not an answer.
I don't recall how they got paid for.
Try to think how you paid for them.
Amanda probably helped buy them. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm. Where are you working now, Mr. Sullivan?
I'm a welder.
And how much money do you make?
$13 an hour.
So that's not bad money, right?
No.
So why don't you pay Miss Nibble back for the plane ticket?
We never had an agreement prior to that, so...
I'm not sure that you did or you didn't, but that's what a reasonable person does, right?
Yeah.
Good. Miss Nibble, the rent, if you had an agreement, you forgave because he wasn't working. You have absolutely no proof that he took money out of your ATM. The only thing that we seem to agree on is that there was a plane ticket for his daughter. He didn't have any money. He asked you if you could get it for him. And in all probability, he said to you, as soon as I can, I'll pay you back. So that's what you're getting. You're getting the cost of the plane ticket. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all. Wise up, madam. You have a child. You don't bring a stranger into your house when you don't know their character after 2 weeks. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Mr. Sullivan went in there and lied just like I figured he would.
I'm sorry it all had to end the way it did.
My ex-friend and coworker came over and told me that they were having an affair and sleeping together.
All hogwash.
I figured that I was pretty much taken at that point.
She fell in love with me right from the get-go, and it wasn't my fault.
I took a chance on love and I lost.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gilbert versus Cockrell. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Carlene Gilbert is suing her former lover, sales manager Donald Cockrell, for a series of unpaid loans. Donald is countersuing for harassment and threats.
Mrs. Gilbert, you claim a series of loans to the defendant, who you briefly dated according to your complaint. The defendant says that there was never a loan agreement, and he is counterclaiming for harassment after he decided to return to his wife. Is that right?
Somewhat not my wife. We just decided to reconcile, try and reconcile.
You decided to reconcile with whom?
The mother of my child.
All right, Miss Gilbert, tell me where and when you met the defendant.
I met Mr. Cockrell on April 4th of this year, playing a game on the internet. I played several games with him on there, met him later on the internet when he would get home from work and play card games and such with him. And within about a week or so, we were talking on the phone for very long periods of time.
Okay. You live close by to each other?
We were over 1,000 miles away.
So you met him on April 4th, 2002, and when was the first loan, and what was it for?
He showed up in my hometown on May 2nd.
What do you mean he showed up?
He showed up. He called me on the phone, told me he was there in town. And my husband and I were having a lot of problems. We were in the process of a divorce.
Okay.
He stayed in town for a couple of days. When he left, we had made plans that after my divorce was final, that he was going to come back and get me and get my belongings. And at that time, I gave him $200 in order to be able to pay for the gas and stuff for him to come back and get me with. And after he got home, he called me on the phone and he said, gosh, guess what happened? When I was in Kansas City, I stopped at a convenience store to get gas, and I left my wallet sitting there. Didn't realize it was missing till I got to St. Louis, turned around, went back, found my wallet, but the money wasn't in it. And at that time asked me if I could send him money to help him pay his car payment, his car insurance, and his rent, which I did. I sent him a check for $700.
Okay, go ahead.
After that, a few weeks later, my husband had found out that he had been into town and threw a complete fit, which we understand why. But I was afraid at that time. I didn't know what was going to happen. I knew my husband had a very violent temper. So I called Donald on the phone and asked him if he could come and get me at that time. And the next day he showed up there to pick me up and take me back. At that time he paid for the gas in order to get there to get me, and everything else on the way back I paid for.
But he did come back and get you?
He did come back and get me, but I had to pay for it.
Well, how much did you give him in addition to that?
The $700 that I loaned to him to pay his car payment and his insurance, $220 to pay his utilities when we got back to the house and he said they were going to shut his stuff off, $80.85 for a shop fan that he wanted to buy for his father for Father's Day, which I do have the receipt for that one, and also the check for the $700.
All right, Mr. Cockrell, there came a time when she gave you $700. She said it was for rent and other bills and a car payment that you fell a little behind on. Is that true, sir?
No, ma'am. I did get $700 from her. It's when I had went up there and visited her at my own expense the first time. She didn't know I was coming. She said something about her husband was a truck driver and he'd be out of town. And I came, no problem with that. When I left, as soon as I got back home, I guess she enjoyed the couple of days I was there. She asked me if, when her boys got out of school at the end of May, if I would come back and get her. And I said, well, already taking time from work, that I wouldn't have the money because I spent a lot of money coming up there. She said, I'll pay for you to come get me and keep me until the divorce date, which was supposed to have been early July, if there was one.
Right.
And I said, okay, no problem. I told her that if I came back and got her, I'd need enough money to cover gas, motel stay, and I would be missing probably 2 days of work because it's a 17-hour drive straight through. I'd be missing at least 2 days of work. I'd try to put it around a weekend. And then she asked me, she said, would $700 be enough for you? I said, that should be efficient. I don't, I kind of thought it was a little more, but I said, yeah, I know it'll cover.
Did she pay for a gift for your father?
No, ma'am.
She didn't?
No, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What responsibility do you think you owe to your 2 children?
To be a father,
to
provider.
be there, not to be in some prison. Because you've just said to the entire world that if anything happens to him, the first person to come looking for is you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carlene Gilbert says, shortly after meeting Donald Cockrell on the internet, he started borrowing money. Donald says the money was never a loan.
Time for you to tell me about harassment, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a counterclaim for $2,000 because you allege that she harassed you after you decided to reconcile with the mother of your child.
Yes, ma'am. One day she calls and my son's mother is there to pick my son up from me having him for the weekend, and she answers the phone. And that's when everything hit the fan. That's when all these threatening emails come in.
Can I see those, please?
This is one I highlighted. I know you probably want to read through all of them. It's all of them right there.
These are pretty nasty.
I was pretty upset.
This is what?
Them letters I handed you is Jimmy Gilbert has never lived at my address. And when she left, she had did a change of address. And there was no more mail coming. All of a sudden, the mail started coming again. I don't know why. I know I got a call from her one day that her husband, she was going to tell her husband my address so he could come down there and take care of me. And he did come to my town and stopped at the post office and asked the postmaster general if he knew me, saying he was an old friend of mine from school.
Step up here. You're the former husband?
Yes.
Did you go to his hometown?
Yes, I did.
What for?
To look for him.
What for?
A little payback.
What does that mean?
Well, We was having trouble in our marriage, and he stuck his nose in it. Should have kept it in South Carolina.
Why do you always look to blame somebody else? Your wife enticed him just as much as he got himself into the situation. How do you know what she said to him?
I don't.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You have no idea what your wife said to him to entice him to drive 1,000 miles down to where she was living. You have no clue. Why would you risk anything to go there to start up with him? Isn't that dumb?
I don't think so.
Right, well, it is. Really stupid.
I don't think
What
it's
if
any
she told
dumber
him-
than sticking your nose into a marriage. He knew she was married. He should have stayed home. He should have waited for the divorce. He didn't bother to do that. Now he's got to deal with me on it.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor. This is her day. I'll have mine.
Mr. Gilbert, you have 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
What responsibility do you think you owe to your 2 children?
To be a father and a
To
provider.
be there. To be there. That's the first thing. Not to be in some prison. Because you've just said to the entire world that if anything happens to him, the first person to come looking for is you.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that stupid? Don't you feel as if your primary responsibility is not to her, is to 2 innocent children who deserve to have a parent, or 2, that would be nice, to be around to bring them up? And why? Just because your manhood has been, according to you, questioned, why would you jeopardize your children for that?
Matter of pride.
Well, that's stupid, sir. You don't have the right to be that prideful when you have to take care of 2 children. Who's going to take care of your 2 children when you're not there? It's not worth it. You owe it to your children for it not to be worth it.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
There's no question in my mind that there was a little bit of harassment here.
Yes.
No question. The little bit of harassment, sir, is exactly the amount of money that you took from her. Exactly. Do you understand? That means that both of you end up with walking away with a non-judgment, but a little bit of good advice from me. Get on with your life and forget about him. Don't go back there looking for him anymore, sir. That's smart. You owe it to your children. Your wife has metza judgment. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
She doesn't have such good judgment. I don't know whether you have better judgment, but your children certainly should have one parent that has reasonable judgment. And if you're the one with the reasonable judgment, you better be around to raise them. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel I was taken advantage of, but I feel I led myself into it.
I didn't take advantage of it. Somebody called asking for help.
It was my own fault that I got taken advantage of.
Feared for their life, worried about the kids. I offered some help.
I think he used her. I think he interfered in something he should have kept his nose out of.
All I can say is that I guess I better stop being so nice to the women, whether they married or not, so they won't continue to stalk me across the country.
Don't meet anybody off the internet.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Francis versus Faulkner, step forward, please.
Office manager Jennifer Francis is suing her ex-boyfriend, mechanic John Faulkner, for his share of a cruise to Jamaica. John says the vacation was supposed to be her treat.
Mr. Faulkner, you and the defendant were dating, and according to her, you went on a cruise together. You were supposed to pay her back for your half of the cruise. You came back from the cruise. You gave her back some money. Your half was $1,000. You gave her back $250, and then stopped making the payments and stopped dating. Mr. Faulkner, you tell me that this cruise was a gift?
Yes.
So you tell me about it. When were we supposed to take the cruise? Where did you go? Tell me about the gift.
Took the cruise on, it was September 21st to the 30th, and what we were supposed to do was we ended up going to Jamaica, and what we did was on the cruise was that I would pay for the hotel rooms, for the 2 nights of the hotel rooms. And
What do you mean, before and after?
Before and after.
Okay, and that was $250?
Yes.
Show me the bill for that.
I paid her in cash. It was all put on her credit card.
You mean the hotel was put on her credit card?
Everything was put on her credit card.
Okay. How much were the hotel rooms, the 2 nights in the hotel room? Do you have that on your bill?
Yeah, I do, Your Honor.
I'd just like you to tell me what
the
they were.
hotel costs were approximately $101.
Can I see that, please?
That's okay.
No, it was 101 for each night.
Yes.
It's $202. And you gave her, sir, $250. Tell me about that.
I knew it was $101 a night, but I didn't know about the taxes and then her credit card interest on her credit card. And I wanted to be fair and pay her for the credit card interest also. Yeah.
What was the cost of the entire cruise?
About $2,000.
Don't give me about.
$2,000.
Show me.
Okay. It's on that statement I gave you, Your Honor.
1148.10.
Yes.
Royal Caribbean Cruise.
Yes, those charges are all stated on my credit card, which I paid for in advance.
Just a second. 1148 was the cruise for 2 people?
Yes.
Then you had airfare.
Yes.
Okay. $1,860. Now, Mr. Faulkner, why would Miss Francis take you on a cruise and say to you it's a gift?
Because I was ill. I got sick at work, lung problems, and we started dating, and she offered to take me on this cruise because it would clear my lungs. My doctor said that it would be good for my lungs to go on a cruise. She offered to pay for this cruise because I couldn't afford it.
Tell me about it, sir. How long had you been dating her when she was concerned about your lungs?
2 months.
You had your own home?
No.
Where did you live?
I have, at my parents' house, I have like a mother-in-law suite that I stay in.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
Do you have a car?
Yes, I have cars.
Cars? What kind of cars do you have?
I have a Ford Ranger, and I just sold my RX-7 that I had.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a mechanic for natural gas.
You work for a company?
Yes, I do.
How long have you worked for the same company?
2 years.
Before that?
I was a roofer for 24 years.
What happened to your lungs? Did they get better after the cruise?
They're getting better. I'm still under medical care for them.
What's wrong with your lungs?
I was exposed to pesticides.
Are you back working now?
Yes, I am.
Did you collect any kind of disability?
Yes, I did.
How much were you collecting in disability payments?
How much was I collecting?
That was my question.
$400 every 2 weeks.
And you were living at your mother's house?
Yes.
So yeah, limited expenses. And do you have a lawsuit pending now?
Yes.
With regard to these pesticides that you ingested?
Yes.
And how much are you suing the company for?
That's up to my attorney. I don't know.
You never discussed that with them?
No.
A lot, right?
Probably.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, so you felt better after you came back from the cruise,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
And when did you go back to work?
On October 1st, day after.
Really? So was you like your last hurrah, Mr. Faulkner, before you went back to work, right?
Yeah, I was only off for 2 weeks before.
So you worked continuously?
Off and on, I was working, yeah. I was trying
Really?
to go,
So why didn't you have any money to go on this cruise?
Because I couldn't afford this cruise, Your Honor. I have a daughter. I'm a single parent.
She lives with you?
Yes.
Really? In this little suite that you live at in your mother's house?
She has her own room inside my mother's house.
So who takes care of her when you work?
My mother?
You pay your mother for taking care of her?
No, I don't.
Sounds to me, Mr. Faulkner, like you can afford your own vacations, sir. Now I'm ready to hear from you, Miss Francis. You want to tell me how it came about that Mr. Faulkner joined you on this trip?
Yes, I would, Your Honor. I met John on August 3rd, and in September I wanted to take a vacation. I just recently separated after 22 years of marriage. and John and I had met, and we really liked each other a lot. And I said, well, why don't we go on the cruise? Because I was going to go alone. And I said, will you pay for your half? And he assured me. What he said earlier is a lie. There was no gift involved.
Tell me about the $250 he gave you.
Well, he gave me $250 cash when we got back. I had loaned him $50 as soon as we got back. And I'm not even showing that here. But he just gave me $250 and said the rest is coming.
He gave you $250?
Yeah.
And said the rest is coming?
Yeah.
Tell me about the cruise. Did you ever leave the ship?
Yeah, we did. We went to Cozumel, Mexico. And we had a great time on the ship.
Okay. All right. Half of the trip less the $250 that he gave you comes to $680. Mr. Faulkner, you're not that inspirational, sir. Pay for your own vacations. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $680. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She made the promise that she would take me on this cruise. She never wanted no money back.
I never did give him a gift. No way. He's lying.
She offers to take me on a cruise and pay for this cruise, and then she's drunk and she don't remember telling me this.
That's not true. He's defrauding workers' comp. He's a felon.
She's always drunk.
And he's a con. So that's all I have to say.
Accountant manager Andrea Crump is suing 25-year-old homemaker Angela Napier for medical bills and lost jewelry due to a barroom fight.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. This is case number 481 on the calendar in the matter of Crump versus Napier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Is this your mother?
Yes.
What's your first name?
My first name, Angela.
Let me see if I understand the relationships here. Ms. Crump, you belong to a dart league. You were playing darts at a sports bar.
Yes.
On your team was Mrs. Napier's boyfriend.
He's the dart captain.
He's the captain?
Yes.
So far correct?
Yes.
Now, according to you, this young lady, Angela, assaulted you and you were injured at the sports bar where you were competing in a dart contest.
Yes.
Along with Mrs. Napier's boyfriend.
Correct.
Angela said that she didn't lay a hand on you. But she does say that there was certain interaction with you on that evening. What was the date?
November 11th, 2002.
So I am going to start with Angela because I was really interested in her answer. What time, Angela, did you and your mother get to the sports bar?
It's probably around 6 or 7.
And you got there, I assume, to watch the boyfriend in the dart game. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what is his name?
Rob.
Does he live with your mother?
Yes.
Do you live with your mother?
Yes.
So I want you to tell me what you saw happen with Miss Crump that irritated you.
Okay. We were there, we were all having a good time, and she had been all over basically every man in the bar that night.
What does that mean, all over?
Like hugging, kissing, dancing. She had her hands all over.
Hugging, kissing, dancing, her arm draped over them, around their waist, that sort of thing. And that irritated you?
No, that didn't irritate me.
Must have been memorable for you because you remember it.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Go ahead.
And then as she started doing the same thing with my mother's boyfriend, that started to irritate me and irritated my mother, of course.
Now, tell me exactly what you saw her do to Rob.
Okay, he was sitting at the table by my mother, and she walked up behind him and put her arms around him and kissed him on the cheek.
Around his neck?
Yeah, around his neck. He was sitting.
And what did he do?
He just looked at my mom like, what should I do? He didn't say or do anything, really.
He looked at your mother. Show me the expression on his face.
Gosh, it was just like... Like
Okay.
big-eyed, you know, like I don't know what to do.
So she put her arms around his neck and kissed him on the cheek from behind.
Right.
Next.
And my mom got upset, told her to get her hepatitis C hands off of him.
That was a dumb thing for you to do, madam. This Rob doesn't have a voice? He's a mute?
No.
And why did you open up your mouth to her? Stand up.
Oh.
Why did you open up your mouth?
Because I seen her in the bar many times and ignored her. Got along with her fine, you know, because she wasn't dealing with us.
I'm not talking about many times.
And why did I say
Before, I'm
that?
talking about she comes up to your boyfriend. She puts her arms around his neck. She's not doing it so that you can't see it. You know, maybe she had a couple, 2 drinks.
She got the story a little wrong. She did do it where I was in the bathroom.
No, listen to me. Your daughter says that you were sitting right there and that Rob turned around and looked at you with big eyes like, what do I do?
Right.
So you're telling me that your daughter was mistaken?
She is mistaken.
Your daughter now is mistaken about a very
Because
big
he did
event.
that when I came back and told her that. That's when
She had kept doing it through the night over and over again.
Just a minute. Don't change your story. So you turned around and you said to her, get your hepatitis C hands off my boyfriend.
And the reason I said that was because I know she was with somebody that had that disease.
Well, that was a stupid
Well,
thing
it wasn't
for you
very
to
nice,
say.
and I'm not saying it was nice.
It was
I
a
don't,
stupid thing
but-
for you to say. Very dumb. Now you can sit down.
Okay.
Till I need you again. So now your mother opens up a big fresh mouth. And what do? Be very careful, because I've got your answer that's sworn to right here.
Well, basically, at that point, we didn't do anything. I went up to her after she had walked away and
No.
everything.
According to you, you said, hey, you've got all these guys in here buying you drinks and you're kissing them. Do you think she wants you hanging on her boyfriend?
Yeah, but...
Did you forget that?
No, I said that.
Okay. So after your mother opened up a big...
away.
Just a second. After your mother opened up a stupid fresh mouth, then you decided to finish it off.
Yes.
Then what happened next?
We went back to having a good time. Everything seemed to be fine. And then she started making gestures and giving us the finger. So then I started walking towards her. She was yelling
What were you walking
obscenities.
towards her for?
Because I was going to confront her and
Confront her about what?
She seemed like she had some issues with me, so I was walking.
Of course she
up
had
to her.
issues with you, madam. You opened up a fresh mouth to her for no reason.
Well, that's why I walked over there.
You went over to confront her.
To confront her, yes.
Now I'll hear you.
I was putting my darts away. I did not realize that there was a problem, if you will, with myself. I was basically hit like a freight train. I went flying into the tables, I fell onto the floor, and I was being hit. And then the next thing you know, I was being picked up and escorted out the bar for my safety.
How do you know it was the defendant who was hitting you?
I don't know that the defendant was hitting me. I was hit.
Do you have any witnesses?
Absolutely.
Then I'll hear the witness. Tell me your name.
Betty Jeter.
Are you on the dart team?
Yes, I am.
I want you to tell me what you saw.
I was standing on the opposite side of the table. There was Andrea. There wasn't another girl that is not here standing next to her. We were putting our darts away, and then I saw Angela coming toward Andy, and she came around the other girl. I seen her hand go around the other girl. Next thing you know, they were down on the floor, tables had flying.
Who's they were down on the floor?
Judy, Andy, and Angela.
Who's Judy?
She's one of the girls that's not here.
Did you see Judy have any issues with this?
No, Judy
lady?
didn't have any issues with her.
Did you see her strike anybody?
It would have been around Judy, and I didn't see where the hand landed.
Now I'll come back to you.
Okay,
Look at me.
It was
now you're
sort of-
walking over to confront her.
Yes. So I get over there, and before I could even get over there, Judy and her fell on the ground. She had
No, look at me. Now you're closing your eyes. She and Judy, who had not had any issues.
No, because she didn't realize it was Judy.
No.
She had her eyes shut.
Just a second. She didn't have any issues with Judy.
No.
So she and Judy just somehow ended up on the ground, and then you ended up on the ground?
No, I was over there, and me and her were arguing back and forth.
Oh, you didn't say that here, honey. You didn't say that in your answer. I didn't hear anything about arguing back and forth. What were you arguing?
Well, we were arguing the whole time when she was flipping me off and, you know,
I didn't hear
yelling.
that. So how are you arguing? Tell me how you were arguing. She's flipping you off and you're doing what?
Basically yelling obscenities at her. She was yelling obscenities back at me. And then Judy stepped in to help, I think, to try to break us up from fighting because we hadn't contacted.
Yes.
And she fell on the ground, and Judy, she had grabbed Judy and was punching Judy in the head. And she had her eyes shut, so I don't believe that she knew who she was punching in the head. She probably believed it was me, but it was really Judy. And I believe that's how she broke her wrist.
And what about you? What were you doing?
I was sitting in a chair.
You just sat down in a chair?
Yep, I was
sitting
sitting in the
she
chair.
Was sitting in a chair?
On the floor.
I didn't see her sitting in the chair.
Where did you see her?
I seen her on the floor.
Of course. Let me see your medical bills, please.
And can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Also, she didn't go to the doctor for like a week, and she didn't call the cops or anything. And she acted like everything was fine and dandy with me. I would just think if her wrist was broken, it would hurt really bad, and you would go right to the emergency room.
Did you graduate from Einstein Medical College or Harvard? Which one?
No, that was just my opinion. Neither.
No, let me explain something to you about opinions. When you have an opinion that is a scientific opinion, you have to have a scientific opinion based upon some particular skill, experience, training, education. There are certain things that we know as lay people that are within the realm of common knowledge, like if somebody's got their arm draped over your boyfriend, if the boyfriend doesn't say, "Get your hands off me, I'm uncomfortable," then you keep your mouth shut. Then you get rid of the boyfriend. You don't get rid of the girl. And if your mother is offended by something that happened to your mother, she's at least 20 years older than you are, you let her deal with it yourself unless you've had too much to drink. Then you open up your big fresh mouth over something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you get yourself into a whole bunch of trouble. If this young woman here had a couple of too much to drink and was making a little bit of a fool of herself, then it was up to the men to say, "We don't appreciate that." So let me ask you this question. You come out of the sports bar and you have a flat tire. Who's going to change the tire? You or Rob?
Rob.
Of course. Do you know why? Because he's good for things like changing tires. He can also say, "Get your hands off me." He doesn't have to be protected by you.
Well, it's easy for people to say it, but nobody was there but us, so we know what happened. And we came in dressed like we always dressed, but they come in dressed like they're holier than thou, and that's not their dress.
I don't care whether they're dressed like holier than. What difference does it make, madam? We're talking about your fresh mouth.
I'm not the only one in life that has a fresh mouth.
Just a second. I don't care whether you're the only one in life. We're here discussing one case.
That's what happens when you go to the bar.
I've been in bars before. I mean, I don't hang around in bars, and I don't belong to a dart league. I've been in clubs before. I've been in bars before, and I want to tell you something. I haven't heard the kind of business in places where I've been that I just heard here. Haven't. Sorry. Okay. Just a second. Just a second. Take this back because I'm not interested in this.
That is the cost of the, I was told that I need to, my hand is still broke, I need to go to the occupational therapy. This is, since I have
You
not
have several choices. I don't speculate with regard to what you might possibly need in the future without an expert witness. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have incurred a certain amount of bills up until this date. These I am prepared to entertain. What I'm not prepared to do without an expert witness who can testify as to the condition of your wrists, the need and the duration of any therapy, nor am I prepared to entertain the cost of any therapy. So you can either say, "Judge, I would like you to dismiss this case without prejudice. I will refile it in another date, 6 months or a year from now, or would you please entertain my current costs? And then I will, if additional treatment is necessary, I have to take care of that myself. Now, what do you want to do?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
she'd paint like the kitchen like a yellow and blue color. She'd paint like all over the house, all kinds of different colors. She'd put like candles up and pictures.
I can't say that you had a different decorating taste than she did because you had no taste.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Crum says she was assaulted by Angela Napier. Angela says Andrea was flirting with her mother's boyfriend.
Okay, what's your pleasure? Do you want me to proceed with the actual costs that you've incurred so far, or not?
No.
No what?
Dismiss the case.
It's done. Case is dismissed without prejudice. Goodbye.
Why does Zoe speak? You may step out.
Jealous you'll get to nowhere.
It's a small town, and she's known as the town whore.
I don't want anything to do with her, man. I actually have my own.
Pretty much every woman in Sheboygan has given me a thumbs up.
It never stops there. It's like Peyton Place.
Paul Cole is suing his customer, Paula Capestro, for the cost of a racehorse and lost earnings.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 3118, Cole versus Capestro.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Cole, case relatively simple. You claim that the defendant owes you for a horse that you sold to her. The defendant is counterclaiming for the money she expended taking care of the horse, which she said you abandoned, and the sale was for the horse was never concluded. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, let me get some background information from you, Mr. Cole. You were not originally in the horse business.
Nope.
Nope is not an answer. Nope,
No,
you say to a friend. Here, no. The answer is no. And your business, according to what I read in your complaint, was racetrack.
One of my businesses is owning a dirt racetrack, yes.
When did you develop an interest in horses?
Probably about 25 years ago. I've been friends with our trainer and been around the horse track for my whole life. My family and I decided it would be a good leisure activity for us. And
when did you decide
we bought our
your
first horse? We bought our first horse in May 23rd of 2023.
And I assume then you relied on your friend and witness to help you make that purchase.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the name of that first horse?
Hanger 1.
So the first horse that you purchased was the horse in question?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you going to keep him?
The racetrack offers stables for the horses that race there at no charge, and it's maintained by the trainer. Takes care of the feed. We pay him a day rate to take care of the horse.
Your trainer?
The trainer, correct.
This gentleman?
Correct.
Okay. I didn't understand a word that you used in your complaint, sir. You said, my friend suggested I buy a couple of horses. I assume that this is your friend.
Yes, ma'am.
We went to a claiming race, and I claimed a thoroughbred named Hanger 1. Tell me what a claiming race is, sir.
So what a claiming race is, the horses race for a price. And any horse in that race can be purchased by a licensed owner by putting a claim sheet in before the race starts. So 10 minutes before the race starts, you have to put the money up to purchase that horse. In this case, the horse was in for $5,000.
The horse was in the race.
Right. Any horse in that race can be purchased for $5,000.
So it's a fixed price, $5,000. And you purchased Hanger 1 on the 23rd of May, 2023. You claimed that, we call it claiming, you paid $5,000 for the horse. Since the horse stays at the racetrack and is run regularly, how regularly?
About every 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, you bought it on May 23rd, which means it raced on May 23rd.
Correct.
And when was the horse's next race?
I believe it was June 3rd.
Did it win?
Did not.
When did it race again?
June 23rd.
Did it win?
Did not.
When did it race again?
July 4th.
Did it win?
It did not.
When did it race again?
I believe it was July 18th.
Did it win?
It finished third.
The answer is it did not win. Next time it raced.
It was scheduled to race on August 1st. Our trainer noticed that he had inflamed tendon sheath, which is kind of like tennis elbow, and we planned to scratch him that day so he'd have time to rest before we raced him again.
And he never raced again for you?
Did not.
And that's when you decided that this was not a horse that you wanted to keep?
We were planning on keeping him. The offer came in discussions between our trainer and the defendant, discussing taking the horse and moving into the show world.
So far you've had this horse and you never saw it win a race?
Correct.
And then you decided to sell it?
You know, the opportunity to give the horse a life in the show world, with getting our money
Mr.
out,
Cole,
seemed like a reasonable
Mr. Cole.
Yep.
I'm not a stupid woman. You don't sell something you want. You sell something if you're disappointed in it. So far, you've kept the horse from May until August. You know, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. I want you to pay attention to that phrase. Okay. How much money do you make a day? How much money?
$60 per horse.
How many horses do you take care of?
Right now, I got 2.
You want to tell me how you got involved with these two people?
My husband says it was very dumb of me.
Okay. Well, you never knew him, according to what I read.
I never knew Paul Cole. I did know,
you know
Jimmy Patine. Jimmy's father approached me, asked me to call him and teach him about the new HISA rules, H-I-S-A rules, which is the Horse Racing Integrity Safety Act, which is new. It started in about July a year ago. I did so. Jimmy said he was doing well. I was
This
glad.
is Jimmy.
The trainer.
Just a second. Stand up. Move over. Do you remember that conversation, Jimmy?
Yes.
And you remember what date that conversation was?
Not exactly.
Do you remember when that was?
Probably around July sometime.
So you told him to watch his back, be careful, there is a new sheriff in town.
Absolutely. So then he showed me a horse, a picture of which is right here.
What's your business, by the way?
I'm a bloodstock agent and a horse trainer.
How long have you been doing that?
30 years.
So this is a picture of the horse, a pretty horse.
Gorgeous.
Okay, and that's hanger 1.
That's hanger 1, yes.
Keep going.
So he shows me the photo of the horse and says, what do you think? Think this horse will make it in the show ring? And I said, absolutely. He's gorgeous.
But just a second. You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
You think the horse will make it in the show ring?
Yes.
Was this conversation in person?
It was on the phone.
How did you get the picture?
He texted it to me.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at that time, Jimmy, at that time you were working for Mr. Cole.
Yes.
We're going to get to independent thought. If your trainer had told you on May 23rd that the horse had had a broken leg in the past, would you have bought it?
Yes.
Baloney.
Paul Cole claims his customer, Paula Capestro, refuses to pay for the racehorse she purchased. Paula is countersuing for the costs of caring for the horse.
Right now, you helped him select Hanger 1 back in May. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Hanger 1 was underperforming.
Yes.
And you also noticed prior to this conversation that the horse had sort of swollen ankles.
Yes.
And I want you to be very careful with this answer. You discussed the swollen ankles with Mr. Cole.
Yes.
Did you discuss with him selling the horse?
Yes.
Prior to your conversation with the defendant?
No.
When?
Shortly thereafter, I had talked to Paula.
Well, why would you ask her if she were interested and text her a picture of this horse if your boss hadn't told you that he was looking to get rid of the horse? Come up with an answer, Jim. Don't speak, Cole. Come up with an answer, Jimmy. You're an employee. You told him to buy the horse. The horse underperformed and then had swollen ankles, which you saw.
One swollen ankle.
Is that the same swollen ankle where it had a broken ankle? Is that the same ankle?
I never knew the horse to have a broken ankle, man.
But now you know.
I do now.
Now you know. So I'm asking you a question.
I don't.
Was that the same ankle?
I'm not 100% certain.
Are you 90% certain? No. Has anyone told you since, Jimmy, that the horse had a broken ankle at some point in its life?
I'm not 100% certain which ankle was broken.
But you knew.
The tendon sheath was on the left front.
So now, just serendipitously, you're speaking to this person who was a friend of your father's and who you knew, and ask her, do you think it would be a nice show horse? So now we're going to get back to your case. It is your claim, Mr. Cole, that there was a contract for the sale of this horse for $5,000, that the defendant, Ms. Capestro, picked up the horse, didn't pay anybody $5,000, and within days or a week called you and said, this horse is injured, I don't want it. You say the sale was concluded, she owes you the $5,000 for the horse. That's your case. It is the defendant's position that she picked up the horse to have a look-see at it before she paid $5,000, which is why she didn't pay $5,000 when she picked up the horse. She didn't give you $5,000, did she?
No.
Didn't give you $5,000, did she? She just picked up the horse, which you gave her. Were you there when she picked up the horse?
Yes.
All you have to do is tell the truth. Then you don't have to have a good memory. Do you understand? So you were there when she picked up the horse. Did you ask her for the $5,000? That's a question. Did you ask her for the $5,000?
No.
Now, that was on the 2nd of August. Did you tell Mr. Cole that the horse had been picked up?
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
Good.
Good. Did he say to you, where's my money? The answer is yes or no. No.
Not at that moment.
No. When did you ascertain that the defendant was not happy with the horse?
I believe it was the following Friday. They had the vets come out, I guess, to look at the horses.
Jimmy, did you say to her, what do I care about whether the vet's coming to look at the horse or not? Where's Mr. Cole's money?
No, I didn't say that.
No, because you knew she was having the vet come out to look at the horse to make sure that the horse was okay.
Yeah.
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 Before she bought it.
The reason why she was having the horse vetted out was because they're worth a lot more money in the show world if the horse has a vet clearance saying that she could possibly be making 6 figures with the horse.
Maybe it would turn into the most substantial horse in the world. What did that have to do with Mr. Cole's money? She wasn't going to give him any more money if the vet came out and said, oh, this is some bargain for $5,000. She wasn't going to say, listen, I'll give you $50,000 for the horse.
No.
No.
We wanted $5,000, which is what we paid for it, and she thought she thought she'd get out on the horse no matter what. But if the horse did vet out, it was going to be definitely a bigger payoff for her.
Okay. I don't think so. Anyway, now you have to prove to me, Mr. Cole, that there was a completed sale, because certain things are common sense.
This is the copy of the letter that I sent to her indicating that we delivered the horse. She indicated...
No. Before you sent her a letter demanding your money, I want to see a completed contract. It can be a contract.
It was a verbal contract.
Show me the texts that complete the contract, because right now, Mr. Cole, I want to tell you what I see. I see somebody picking up an animal and having it checked out by the vet. Nothing was done, and she agreed to pay the $5,000 for the horse if the horse checked out. Just a second. I don't want to see your statements to her that you owe me money. I want to see, when she bought the horse, text messages.
That's what I have right here, Your Honor.
I want us to take a look at.
On Wednesday, July 26th, she starts the conversation back
Just a second. I'm going to look at it. On August 4th, You wrote, Paul Cole, please send him the money so I don't have to deal with this anymore. She responds, sorry, Paul, but your horse has a lot of issues. It's going to take 6 months rehab before we can give him away to a nice home. Jimmy, your horse has all kinds of problems. This is why we always vet them. Has to be done. I'm sending the report now. That's what she wrote to you. Mr. Cole, would you have purchased this horse if you knew that it had a broken leg when you were going to race it? The answer is either yes or no. Would you have purchased?
It did not have a broken leg when we raced it, when it was racing.
Just a second. If your trainer had told you on May 23rd that the horse had had a broken leg in the past, would you have bought it?
Yes.
Baloney.
Because it also gets confirmed by the state vet and the track vet, not just his word.
I'm just going to look and see whether or not the horse had a broken leg.
There was no way for us to know until after.
Well, that would not be her problem. Can I see the vet's report, please?
Both of these. Your Honor, there's two reports.
Shh. Well, this has a report, study date August 3rd. This was the day after you got him.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So the horse broke his leg on June 7th of 2022. Which leg?
Same one, left front.
You didn't buy the horse sight unseen. You relied on your trainer to tell you that a state vet was going to look at the horse, and if that horse didn't pass state inspection, you could void the sale.
Correct.
That's exactly what she did.
Paul Cole has accused his customer, Paula Capestro, of refusing to pay for the racehorse she purchased. Paula is countersuing, claiming Paul knowingly sold her an injured horse.
Where's the horse now?
The horse is in the possession of...
And how did that happen?
She was the one that had the horse when he originally fractured his ankle in 2022. I contacted her, and that's when I learned that it had been the same ankle that had fractured again now in 2023.
So you gave the horse back to that person?
She's a good caretaker.
Just a second. I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I sent it back.
For nothing?
Nothing.
Do you know who you bought the horse from?
The owner was that we claimed the horse from in the race. Was the trainer.
So you got it from her who had been racing the horse?
Correct.
Now, when you told Mr. Cole to buy the horse, did she tell you that the horse had broken its ankle?
Nobody. We didn't know.
I never knew until the vet report that she sent.
Well, let me ask you this question. Mr. Cole,
yep.
If you knew then what you know now, would you have purchased the horse?
No.
The answer is no. Wouldn't it have been a good idea, Mr. Trainer, to tell Mr. Cole, listen, it looks like a nice horse, but we really should get it examined before?
You can't do that.
You can't do that when you claim a horse.
Right.
As far as the horse is concerned, the horse never won a race that you saw.
Right.
Okay. When did you purchase a horse like this? You took it to the vet the very next day that you picked it up.
Correct.
When did you tell Jimmy that you weren't purchasing this horse?
2 days, 3 days later, I sent a text.
And what did the text say?
It was a copy of the text I sent to Mr. Cole.
Which said what?
I can't buy your horse. He's got a lot of problems. It's a good thing you quit racing.
And so you sent it to Mr. Cole?
Yes.
No.
And what did Mr. Cole say to you in response?
You put it in the trailer, you own it.
Now I'll see your letter.
So I never had any conversation or text back and forth with her. I sent her this letter as the first communication I had with her, in which time I was seeking payment. Her response is written at the bottom.
She said to you in her answer, and you said, I demand my money. And she said, Hanger 1 did not pass the vet exam and I opted out of the sale. This was disclosed to Jimmy along with the vet report. Jimmy was coming to pick up the horse or leave him as a giveaway horse. Did you answer her?
I did. We started with the long list of texts back and forth that you should have.
Oh, okay. So come sit here.
Correct.
Well, so it was your position that the minute she took possession of the horse, it became hers.
These are the agreements that Jimmy and her had come together with.
It would be stupid. The fact that you were stupid and claimed a horse for $5,000 that it had a broken leg that could have been found out if you had the horse checked out. You chose to do that. You chose, instead of spending maybe $15,000 for a horse, to pay $5,000, sight unseen.
For a little clarity, when you claim a horse, the state vet afterwards vets the horse out after the race. If the horse does not pass, you can void the claim at that point.
Oh, so what you're saying to me is you didn't buy the horse sight unseen. You relied on your trainer to tell you that a state vet was going to look at the horse, and if that horse didn't pass state inspection, you could void the sale.
Correct.
That's exactly what she did.
Except for she didn't bring the horse back.
You wouldn't take the horse back.
She never offered to bring the horse back. She told us to come pick it up in
Oh,
Ohio.
well, that's the same thing. And you said, no, this is a sale, it's finished. So she did the same thing that you did. So my problem with you, madam, quite frankly, is that you gave the horse back to her because you have a counterclaim. And your counterclaim is the money that you spent taking care of the horse, correct?
Correct.
Well, you're not going to get it. He's not getting his money. But I think it was terrible judgment, knowing what you knew, because he didn't know. I believe Mr. Cole. So you're not getting the money.
Okay.
But I do believe that when you buy a horse, like you did, even claiming it, it has to pass a vet's inspection. This vet said it passed inspection. It clearly was a smell test because the horse had a broken leg. Had a broken leg.
It had a broken leg, but not currently had a broken leg.
Okay.
It was cleared to run.
Okay. You know, I'm going to leave you two people exactly where I found you. This was a really very interesting educational process for me. But I think she took the horse with the intention of having a vet check it out. It didn't. She told you to come and get it, and you didn't, so you don't get your money. So you'll eat the expenses that you incurred with the vet and everything else with regard to the horse. We're done. Your claim and counterclaim are both dismissed. We're done.
This court is adjourned.
She's giving it away to somebody else, and we're going home empty-handed and very disappointed.
I think the judge's decision was very fair.
Just because it had an old injury doesn't mean he was still not a good racehorse.
I do know the previous owner was very conscientious in healing the horse the first time.
In this case, we looked more out for the horse and giving him an opportunity to be in the show world than we did worried about the money.
No, it's the best interest of the animal.
I learned a lot about a field that I knew very little about before today and reading the case.
Me too.
But I think that the horse would have been better off just in a nice pasture, enjoying its days. But I think that giving it back to the original owner probably wasn't the right thing to do.
You know, my original sympathies were totally with the defendant. But she was a pro. I think that they both deserve each other. She had just nicer frosting.
John Morrow is suing the defendant, Joshua Lease, for trespassing and vandalizing his home.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 3111, Morrow versus Lease.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Morrow, your girlfriend's name is Skylar.
Correct.
And that would be Skylar.
Correct.
This young woman's name is Brittany. Brittany was a very good friend with Skylar. And this is Brittany's boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I gather was you and your girlfriend on September the 1st had a disagreement.
Something like that.
Do you and Brittany live together?
Yes, we do currently.
On September 1st, were you living together?
No.
When did you move in together?
Not long after the whole incident, probably about a month or so after.
Tell me about the incident that happened that caused Brittany to flee and go to the plaintiff's home.
Sure.
And, Kevin, I would like you to show Brittany to the waiting room outside.
This way, please.
All right, Mr. Lees. Now I'd like you to tell me what happened between you and Brittany on September 1st.
She had gone out drinking with Skylar and Mr. Morrow. I was upset that she went out drinking because we had alternate plans.
Okay, just a minute. Had you been working?
I had worked.
And when you came home, how did you find out that she was out with...
She told me. She said I went out drinking.
How did you communicate? In
phone.
By phone?
Via text.
Just a second.
Back and forth.
So you came home from work.
Mm-hmm. She said, we're done, we're coming in. It was later on that night. It had to be a couple hours after I took a shower, and said that she was coming over to the house.
To your house?
Because she knew I was upset, that she had gone out drinking. She was intoxicated, so I was upset.
Oh, just a second. She said she was intoxicated.
Well, just because of the text message change, you know, you could hear, you know, the drinking. You know, you can kind of tell somebody's getting inebriated.
Why don't you show me the text messages on your phone?
Of our back and forth?
Yes.
I had gotten a new...
Everybody gets a new phone. Everybody gets a new phone. You know how long I've had my phone? It still has a button on it.
Still flip?
Yeah. Find the text messages so that I can see them.
Months.
We have the exact date, September 1st, 2023.
That was of the incident, correct?
Mm-hmm. Kevin, would you have, please, the witness find that communication starting in September?
She would probably have it before I would.
Just a second.
Yep. You have to ask her. Stop at October 15th.
Skylar, did Brittany communicate with you by text or by phone?
By text.
Okay. While I'm taking the rest of his testimony, would you check your phone, please, to see what the messages are on your phone for September 1st? Would you do that? Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Lees. So you were annoyed because, as far as I believe you testified, you could tell that she was inebriated and getting drunker by her text messages. What prompted her to come to your house?
Because she wanted to see me. She wanted to come over.
She was going to come to your house?
And which she did.
She did? And what time did your girlfriend get to your house?
It was late. It was midnight-ish.
Did she come into your house?
Yes, she came in.
Just a second. Yeah. Did you let her in, or did she have her own key?
No, she don't have her own key.
So you let her in?
Yes, because she's...
Now, I want you to start from the point when you let her in the house.
I just was upset with her.
I want you to tell me. Upset is a state of mind. I want you to tell me what she said to you and what you said to her.
She wanted to stay the night. She was obviously, you know, trying to sleep over. And I was still upset. She said, fine, I'm going to John's house.
That's all that happened?
And she said, if you want to come over, you're more than welcome over. I'll be sleeping in the front room.
Okay. So you were upset. What did you say when you were upset to her?
I just wanted space. I was irritated at this point, and I worked.
So you said you wanted space?
Yeah.
Now, she was going over to this gentleman's house where her friend was. Is not an answer.
Ma'am.
And she left, and she drove to John's house.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened next?
After she had left, I had left not that far behind her because I was more concerned about her safety. As I sat there, I was like, she shouldn't be driving right now. So as concerned, I left about 10, 15 minutes behind her. And when I got there, I had stopped getting responses. So it was to the point of like, well, what's going on?
Well, this was about midnight. That's what you said. And you
she
went
had left like an hour after. We sat there for a little bit and talked.
Oh, well, you forgot to tell me that.
Yeah.
You sort of forgot to tell me that. You said you wanted space.
I did. I was just over the night and everything. It was a long night at work.
So now we're at 1 o'clock. Because if you said you
My
chatted...
time frames might be off a little bit here.
They better get straight, sir. You've been in court before?
In the past.
In the past.
As a young one.
Okay. So, you know, it's important that you remember, and you've had some time to remember, because according to you, you weren't drunk. You had just come home from work. So you should be clear-headed. So you did chat with her for an hour, tell her how upset you were and she wanted to stay, and you're all right, then I'm going to John. It happened in a very civilized fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
She
ma'am.
can't
I'm
take
sorry.
down
I'm sorry.
Okay. And she stopped responding to you. At some point, when you tried to text her, she was in John's house.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
What happened next?
And then I got irritated that, she stopped responding. I just said, well, screw it. I should go home. I was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. And she did say, come knock on the window if I fall asleep to wake me up if you want me to come back over.
Just a second. When did she say that to you? Before or after you told her that you weren't interested in her staying for the night?
She said, if you change your mind, come knock on the window. I'll be in the front room.
She said that by text?
No, in person, in front of my garage as she was leaving.
Do I look stupid? There's no sign here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you've been texting each other, but that she told you, she said, come and wake me up.
If you change your mind.
By knocking at the window.
So I didn't want to have sex. I was irritated.
Well, what did you want to have when you went over to his house at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I kind of wanted to apologize for being a...
Okay, so this is what the case is about. He broke the window in your house.
Correct.
And you wanted him to pay for the repair of the window.
Correct.
Got it. Simple as that.
Should be.
Now you can bring in Brittany. Was he happy that you were out with John and Skylar?
Well...
Careful. I know everything. I want you to know that I know everything. Was he happy that you were out with John and Skylar?
No.
What did he text you?
John Morrow claims the defendant, Joshua Lease, is responsible for breaking his bedroom window. Joshua says he touched the window, but it did not break.
Thanks. Okay, Brittany, will you stand next to Mr. Lease?
Okay.
I have a few questions for you. Mr. Lease tells me that the two of you were not living together on September 1st. Is that right?
Correct.
And that night on September 1st, Mr. Lease was working.
Correct.
What time does he usually get home?
I can't remember the day. It is normally Tuesday, Wednesdays. He does work 14 hours sometimes. On Thursdays, he does work 14 hours also, but I can.
Do you remember? I don't want to hear.
No.
I don't want you to open your mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
That night, he was coming home later.
Correct.
And you decided to go out with your friend and her boyfriend.
Correct.
What time did you leave?
Around possibly 6 or 7.
Were you staying at Mr. Lease's house?
At the time, I was actually staying with my roommate. I was over her house. I may have stopped at his house just for a few minutes.
He wasn't home?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So now we're at about 6. You went out for dinner?
Dinner, a few drinks.
And how did you communicate with Mr. Lease that you were out for the evening with your friend and her boyfriend?
I was just letting him know that I was going over to her house and I would be there soon.
And you were communicating with him by text message?
Correct.
You have your text messages for that night?
I tried to scroll back to that night. I couldn't bring up anything because it was so many text messages are in there. I couldn't bring it up. I just kept scrolling.
Okay. So you texted him that you were out for dinner and a few drinks. And what did he say to you in the text?
I can't remember at the time of what.
Was he happy that you were out with John and Skylar?
Well, we had a little disagreement.
Careful. I know everything. Okay. I want you to know that I know everything. Was he happy that you were out with John and Skylar?
No.
What did he text you?
He was sending me messages that to not come back until I was ready to come home the next day. So that's what I did.
You didn't go over to his house?
I did go over to his house after we got done going out. I did, yes.
Yes, you went over to his house.
Correct.
And what time did you get there?
I want to say it was around 12 a.m., 1 a.m.
Okay. And what happened when you got there?
He politely asked me to leave, and I tried telling him, like I wanted to try and work it out with him. And he politely asked me to leave again, and I continued to stay there, trying to, you know, overbear him with everything that was going on.
Like what?
Of us arguing, of me going out with them.
What was wrong with going out with them?
Just...
No, look at me. Brittany, I'm asking you a question. What was wrong with going out with your friend and her boyfriend? What did he say was wrong with you going out?
I was too intoxicated at the time.
Is that what he said to you?
I believe so.
Were you drunk?
I was.
Did you drive to his house?
Before
you
we
drive to his house at 12 o'clock?
Yes.
Drunk?
No, I was not drunk.
Well, just a second. You either were drunk or you weren't drunk. You said he was mad because I was too intoxicated, and you drove there. Were you drunk or were you not drunk? Now you're not drunk.
I was drunk. I was
okay.
So you
drove drunk.
Correct.
And he told you to leave.
He did.
Politely.
Politely.
Just a second.
Politely at first, yes. Politely.
I just want to tell you who you're dealing with. I'm 80 years old, plus one. This is not stupid. How did he tell you to leave?
At first, he nicely asked me to leave. And then I kept going on and on, continuing to ask him if I could stay. And it kept making him upset. It made him upset, which is understandable. I get that. And then
what?
I told
You're
him
getting red in the chest. Be careful.
I told him that I would just leave and I would go back to their house and stay.
When he got upset, what happened?
When I told him I was leaving?
No, before you wouldn't leave, when he got upset. Do you remember what you texted your friend Skylar?
No, I don't.
Well, Skylar has it on her phone. Kevin, can I see the...
So this is from lunchtime to...
Well, you had been fighting with him all day. You'd been fighting with him all day. That's what you told her.
I'm guessing so. I don't...
What do you mean you're guessing so? That's what you told her. Am I reading this wrong? You weren't fighting with John.
No.
You were fighting with him all day.
I don't remember anything that I had said.
What's your first name? Yours.
Joshua.
Me and Josh have been fighting all night and day. I really don't want to sit around and think about anything. I've had 2 hours sleep, and that's it. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
She tells you you need clothes. I can see if I have anything in this bag, but I doubt I do. I'm crying. I'm trying to calm down before I get there. Does that sound familiar?
I don't remember.
You're literally dumb. You'll let your man hit you, and you won't call the police. That sound familiar?
I don't remember any of the messages.
Stand up, please. Now you remember that? That sound familiar? Brittany, pay careful attention. I have the phone. Does it sound familiar that there was broken glass in the room where you were sleeping?
Correct.
The glass wasn't broken when you went to sleep, right?
She was...
I'm not asking you anything.
John Morrow has accused the defendant, Joshua Lease, of breaking his bedroom window. Joshua claims John is overcharging him for a window he did not break.
Did you say to your friend Skylar he wants to resolve it, and he was saying he would literally give John money to help fix it? He just wants everything dropped because the police were called, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And this is you talking, correct?
Correct.
He was just trying to come wake me up to talk and apologize to me, and didn't think when he knocked on the window it was that hard. He said he truly didn't mean it at all and has repeatedly said he's sorry. Is that what you said to your friend Skylar?
Correct.
All righty. And then the response is, Brittany, he wrapped his hand around a blank shirt to punch the window out. He was just knocking. Are you blank kidding me? Are you guys getting back together? And you respond, he said he didn't wrap it up at all. He just said he just had it in his hand and didn't even use that hand. It was the opposite one. And I don't know. I told him things need to be resolved and things need to get fixed. If Johnny could just drop everything, I would be happy. Josh is going to make everything right. Now, how did you know Josh is going to make everything right? Because you spoke to him.
Correct.
And he told you he was going to make everything right with the window. He just didn't want the police involved anymore. I'm listening.
Correct.
All righty. What's the issue, Josh? You went over to wake her up, you were mad, and you broke his window.
The window wasn't broken when I went there.
So your girlfriend's a liar?
I'm not saying she's a liar. That's what, I was pressed. They were like, either you're gonna...
No. I'm not talking about the police. I'm talking to you about what you said to your girlfriend. She says you told her you're just gonna make it right.
Yeah.
You'll make everything right. You just don't want the police involved.
He was upset. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I was trying to make everyone happy. I'm trying to be a peacemaker here with this.
All right. You were awakened, I don't know, it says 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that the time it was?
It was about 4:51 a.m.
Okay, and you heard a crash in your house?
Shattering, yes.
Okay, and what did you do?
The house. Jumped up out of bed. We were dead asleep. Couldn't tell where it came from, so started searching the rooms to see what happened. Brittany came out of her room. We asked her if her window was okay. She said, yeah. So I'm checking all the other windows throughout the house. Can't find anything. Finally, I go into Brittany's room, and there's glass all over the bed she was sleeping in, because the window was right next to the bed.
Now, you remember that? That sound familiar? Brittany, pay careful attention. I have the phone. Does it sound familiar that there was broken glass in the room where you were sleeping?
Correct.
All right. Perfect. The glass wasn't broken when you went to sleep, right?
She was...
I'm not asking you anything. The glass wasn't broken when you went to sleep, was it?
Correct.
You remember Johnny coming down to look to see what the noise was? Yes. You remember Johnny coming down in the early morning to see what had happened?
Yes.
Do you remember him going into your room?
Yes, but that was after, we searched the entire house.
He searched with you. And then when he went into your room, where you had been sleeping, I assume, the window that was broken was in your room.
Correct.
All righty. You don't have to be a genius to connect these dots. I have a great-grandchild who's going to be a year old tomorrow. He could connect these dots. How much did it cost to fix the window?
The replacement window was $2,020, $81.20.
You have the...
I do. There's 2 payments in yellow.
$2,081.
Correct.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much. You better rethink this. I'm telling you, you better rethink it. For your own sake, you better rethink it.
This court is adjourned.
I didn't break the window. And $2,100 for a window in Florida, that's not impact proof. That's insane.
I think the judge was very fair and could see through their lies and their story of what happened that night.
Just a casual knock, and maybe my bracelet hairline fractured it, but I didn't break that window when I left there.
Yeah, well, it was definitely broken. We have pictures and video of it as well.
I'm happy it's behind me. It's outrageous, $2,180 for a window. That's unheard of.
I think instead of running around breaking windows at 4 a.m., he should probably get a second job so he could afford his actions.
It should be bulletproof for that price.
Thank you, Judy Justice.
Thank you.
So to all the young ladies out there, there are warning signs. And sometimes the need to nest, which most women have, obscures your good judgment. But if you have to flee somebody once, it should be the only time.
Sure. Even if they get annoyed at you going out for dinner and drinks with your friend and her boyfriend or partner, you know, red flag. That's the first one.
That doesn't jive with, I came home from work, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I was tired, I worked 14-hour day, and then you're up 4 o'clock in the morning because you've been texting back and forth, which both people conveniently couldn't find. Interesting that the witness could